Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching episode 2 of Mob Psycho. Last episode, we learned about psychics, percentages, Mob, the Kaguya-sama family, Ritsu, the brother, Tsubomi, Aura. We learned about a lot of stuff. I hope we keep learning about stuff. The show has good music and good animation, one episode in, and it's funny too.
Yeah, and I think it was educational. I think from the first episode, I learned that table salt does not do anything to help you fight a spirit. No. And I know this might shock you even more than that fact. You might think, well, maybe if I do something else with my body, like ball my hand into a fist, then maybe that addition with the table salt will actually create this awesome ultimate move to defeat a spirit. And you would totally think that's the case, right, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, it's an obvious conclusion.
It's obvious conclusion. But it is false.
You have to respect the man for trying. It's not like he's just like, oh, salt didn't work.
Okay.
I'm gonna change the whole salt. Like he'd have to go. He's a very frugal man, Anna. He wouldn't go out to the store and then buy a different kind of salt without trying other methods of using the salt that he already owns.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Now he's got to try like a salt kick.
Yeah, maybe he just needs
assault gun.
Ooh.
And then, once those don't work, then he'll get a different kind of salt, and all of them will work.
Like the salt pellets that you use to kill bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been used by that guy that died because he was scared of a cockroach, but...
Very, very true. I don't know. If I was still scared of cockroaches and I had a salt gun, it wouldn't, like, ease my fear. I would be equally as afraid, and it's what I do in that moment that defines who I am. I am going to make a massive prediction here.
Ooh.
33% by the end of the episode. We're going to be at 33%.
33.
33%.
Okay.
If that is not the case...
If that's wrong, then what do you have to do if that's wrong?
Get a bowl cut. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's the most sensitive period in one's young life.
Like Mob. Cool. One Punch Man again. What? Bad vibes.
He's being haunted because of porn?
Terrible one-click curse. The Telepathy Club appears.
That makes sense.
See, Reg is a good character.
The massage fee.
どんどんマッサージ上手くなっていきますね。まあな。思ったことがあるんですけど、珍しいじゃねえか。超能力使えて人と違うから、レーゲン師匠お金もくれるし。でもって思うんです。このまま放課後バイトして終わるより。他にあるような気がしないでもない。
Like love.
ことでもあるのか？やろうとしなくてもいいんだぞ。部が最強だよ。人生においてダラダラしてる勝ち組がお前だ。いるんだよ。待ってって。いやもう無理だって。やばいっすね。
It's Midoriya hair.
成立するのは5人からだろう。
死ぬ気で。Those are like the Wii eyes, like
yeah.
the Wii characters.
Acts quick. Tokugawa.
物質の要請があってな。金曜日の放課後までに新入部員を連れてくることだな。
He's merciful.
私たちはいろいろな苦難を乗り越えてきた。そうでしょう。
ノーマン電波部ごめん意味わかんない。気持ち悪いから
The characters are drawn in such an interesting way.
キモい。帰宅部。部長にも委員会にも入っておらず、彼女も友達もいなさそうなやつ。部員を紹
介するわ、影山くん。
Perfect club for him, huh?
部長必死だ。今日は無理です。ちょっと待てよモブ。あと除霊の仕事に行かなきゃならないんだ。除霊って学校の時一部では有名人でゴム動かしたり、平たく言えば超能力者なんす
An
よ。
Esper.
He's gonna call and be like, I'm not coming in today.
部活の勧誘受けてて。
そんなの秒殺で終わるだろう。あるからすぐ来いって言ったら入部しないの？
まあ
別に入部したいわけじゃないのか？
そうですね。すぐ来いとのことなので僕帰ります。
ちょっと貸してくれないと困るんです。
女子か。左。
Only I can use mob.
あるみたいだけど、もしかしてその噂を客寄せに利用してるんじゃないですか。自分が偽物なんですか。どうして追い出されるんですよ。
The crying's gonna work.
そりゃ嘘泣きだ。絆、思い出、友情。いいな。そいつらが手放したくないのは部費と物質。自部活は潰れるべくして潰れようとしている。
部長はマジでテレパシーを信じてるみたいだけどさ、ぶっちゃけ俺は確かにダラダラ今だけなんだぜ。ダラダラ過ごせるのは
Huh.
俺たちがトランプとかやろうぜ。
Another One Punch Man.
最後の望みはもうあなたしかい
The
ない。
potential for friends, you know?
やりたくないことはきっちり断らねえと。
今一番やりたくないのは
They're undercover. I love it.
屋上で待ち合わせだからな。
はい。
こちら正門前、不審者が現れた。応援を頼む。
やっぱり無理があった。でもすぐ見破られてよかったな。
They're gonna let mob
No, they're
in.
gonna. They don't see through yours.
危なかったね、君。さあ、早く変態から離れて。
It went past your prediction.
That was a big jump. I wonder what it was. Just like the pressure of it.
相談所から来ました。依頼された人ですか？
そうだな、転校生か。説得するために来たとか？余計な口出しはしないでくれるかい。だねど、だったじゃおかねえぞ。とかウケるね。私たちが依頼人よ。人は来ないの？
正門で捕まりました。
つか、女装してきたわ。
許可が取れなかったみたいで、いやいや。
I wonder what the legitimacy of psychics are in this world if they're real, you know?
話をくだらないものとして取り合ってくれないのよ。不自然になくなったり、変な音が聞こえたり、ポルターガイスト現象と更衣室でブラジャーがフィースト。
Now that is terrifying.
それで近場の一番安い。
The cheapest exorcist in the area.
随分と紳士的で心強いじゃない。頼りな。何？
除霊すればいいだけ。
See, this is where Reagan comes in. He has like the confidence. He has the showmanship. The confidence that Mob needs to have someday.
スラットは
That's what he'll teach him.
かな。
いる。近いです。
I like a serious face.
Oh no, it's in the girls' room.
どうしたの？上から何かが覗いてたの。
霊の後を追います。霊が怒ってる。終わらせます。止めました。
Put like a seal on the gymnasium.
見つけたよ。
So it's like a peeper spirit, and that's why he was looking over in the bathroom stall.
Scent ghoul. Oh. Ugh.
危ない。
Oh Jesus.
Mob just made a bunch of high school girlfriends.
おいせえんじゃん。よかったね。ありがとう。
お前みたいな冴えないやつに
I love that effect.
なれそうだったお前も僕と同じだろ
同じ
同じ青春の脇役なんだろやっと楽しくなってきたんだ
Finally started to have fun after I died.
終わりかなあ
Huh.
日々を満喫してるか
It's interesting that like we obviously have like better feeling spirits, like the spirit at the end of last episode, the biker.
いや大丈夫だよならいいけど
あ、モブ来てくれたんだな。
信じてたわ、影山くん。もう来たの。随分と早かったじゃない。
彼らに今日からこの部屋は肉体改造部の物質として利用する
The Body Improvement Club.
もうでこの影山くんがこれから入部するのよ。
なんだと学年は
2年です
これまで部活に入った経験は勉強は
やってないです
趣味風に流されるまま入部して思うなら止めはしないだがもう一度よく考えてみたやりたいことは何だ
Don't waste your
やりたい
time.
こと夢ならあった初恋の人つぼみちゃんに告白してつ
Aw.
ないでカエルは浮かすと泳ぐんだよつぼみちゃんにしか見せないよ来たえことで何かが変わる
He's gonna he's gonna join the body one, the body improvement club.
よろしくお願いします肉体改造部の皆さん
I was not expecting that.
40.
I think it makes sense that Mob would have joined the club that would be about actually furthering something that he wants.
For Sabomi.
Yes, for
Um,
Sabomi. I got really startled for a second because you were skipping through what just happened and it ended up on that guy's body as he was getting the massage with the rose.
What's more startling about that is that it looked like actual anime censorship and not like purposeful anime censorship. So I wonder what the manga drew for that, right? So, huh.
So why is Mob exploding?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. It seems like any sign of emotion, like in a broad sense, because it doesn't seem like there's anything that necessarily overlaps. There was the pressure side of it, but then there was like earlier in the episode, but towards the end, it was just like, I'm gonna do this 40%.
It could be discontent, even.
Yeah.
It could be like exploding, could be like figuring
Self-doubt.
out who he is or who he wants to be.
Yeah, 40%. Dang, we're getting there quick.
Is 100 when like puberty's over?
I don't know. Towards Mob's explosion. I love that I wonder how he'll do. He's gonna get ripped.
I mean, wouldn't that be cool if he was like this little middle schooler kind of dorky kid, but he was also like really buff and
Yeah.
exercising evil spirits?
It would be cool. I wonder how Reagan's gonna feel about it. I wonder if like these characters that we met this episode, you know?
I believe they were in the opening.
Yeah?
Yeah. We get an image of that poster that's on the wall in the Telepathy Club of like the main girl's head open with like stuff coming out. That's in the opening.
The president of the Telepathy Club.
I have a feeling that they're here. Those characters are here to stay in some way.
I hope a little bit. I'm the president. Kurata Tome. Yeah?
Yeah. I have a feeling we're going to still see... Because they also will probably blame Mob for
Oh my
not
god, yeah. 100%.
So maybe he has made some enemies today of the alive sort.
What'd you think of the little like contained story that we got of Mob at the girls' high school with Reagan trying to dress up as a high school girl?
I thought that it made sense that it was a big moment for Mob for like kind of pushing this whole I don't want to waste my days. I want to figure out something that like makes me happy or that I could do every day that makes my life feel worth it.
Yeah. You know, it was an interesting takeaway. That spirit that we saw in this episode was one that I broadly classify as evil or bad, with the whole like not the spirit actions even, but like I just started enjoying this in the like, you know, there was no real redemption of him while he was going out, while he was being exercised, but there was for the biker spirit last episode. And both of them seemingly just went to the afterlife of sorts. So it's interesting.
What it shows to me is the biker gang. So normally the spirits that stay behind are the ones that have kind of unfinished business. The biker gang was being kept there. They were trapped. They didn't stay of their own unfinished business that they needed to take care of. But the situation of that loser that didn't really truly live during their life staying to try to live in the afterlife made sense.
It was a fun episode. I had fun with it.
I had fun with it too.
We definitely had the confirmation of the physical manipulation of things.
We're figuring out exactly what Mob can do.
Yeah, Tsubomi, was that a flashback between them as kids then?
Yeah, I guess they were like childhood friends, and then she got bored with like his tricks. Which is kind of a bummer.
You can do better, Mob. You can do better.
She seems to be into athletes.
Well, I don't even think it's athletes. I just think it's
Winners.
somebody excelling in something for
Winners.
when it's cool.
Popular people.
Because Mob was cool doing this cool thing, but obviously she has a short attention span.
I mean, like, think of all those high school girls that instantly wanted to be friends with cross-dressed Mob.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them thought Mob was a girl in that instance, but they all were like, "Can I walk home with you?" Some of them were blushing. I was like...
You know, I don't know if these questions are ever going to be answered or, like, these thoughts are ever going to be talked about, but I'm getting the impression that psychics and, like, the whole intro of the first episode, like, it gave me initially a vibe that they were very integral to this world, at least, but now this world seems more comparable to our own.
Realistic to reality.
Yeah, and like with like a little bit more heavy on the paranormal side and legitimacy towards it.
I would say this would probably be reality to those that believe that spirits do exist.
It's very bizarre though, because like Tsubomi, like they kind of just openly talk, like classmates of Mob, of his powers, and nobody seems to like, what? That's crazy. No way. They're like, oh yeah, he just did that. Like, that's cool. That's normal. You know? That's an everyday thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if that's how they treat it if he doesn't have any friends. It's obvious that like he's somewhat outcasted.
He could bend spoons and make a racer's
like,
move.
Everyone's kind of looking at him like they're kind of like he's a social
he's sort of
pariah.
Famous. Yeah.
Famous, but not necessarily like for a popular.
Yeah, but like
good reason.
It has to be somewhat like accepted in this world to a degree, right? That accepted that this occurs with people.
Yeah.
Like if
some people don't believe in it.
If you see it happen.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's not a world where it's like commonly believed that like this sort of stuff is actually real.
Those things are like two contrasting thoughts in my mind though, because it's like if like there are kids seeing this, right, and talking about it actively, like if that kid is in my class and everybody sees him do this and nobody else can do it, it's like, oh my god, this is crazy. But like it's notable, you know, this isn't something just to forget about. So it's like it's just a very odd middle ground, because it's obviously not oversaturated enough from what we know in this world that everybody else is doing it. Mob's the only person we've seen do this kind of stuff.
Right. And like when we think about the high school girls, they weren't being taken seriously.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, but like you also have to think about in this scenario with Mob, he was a kid. And a lot of adults don't listen to kids.
Mm-hmm.
So if he did this in front of his classmates or whatever, and his classmates went and told a teacher went to tell an adult, you know, a lot of people would say it's your imagination. And those kids might even grow up being like, oh, it was my imagination. And that internalized being told that, they would start to believe it.
Didn't Mob say to Sabomi, like, I'm only showing you this? Like, there was a line like that. That's interesting. There's also that, like, arching feeling from last episode where Reagan was telling Mob not to use this on on real people, like on humans.
And, like, his parents, or especially his mom, doesn't want him to be doing this stuff.
Well, yeah, it makes you wonder, for the mom sense of it, like, are people who are psychics outcasts? Like, are they, like, vilified? And if there are other psychics, and obviously there are, how powerful and destructive would one who has an evil motive, like, how would that play out? That sounds devastating, you know? Mm-hmm. Somebody who would be willing to use psychic powers on other people.
To hurt other people.
Yeah, that
Because if
would
you
sound
can
awful.
bend a spoon, what else can you bend?
Great question. I don't know. I'm excited to see if we ever go down those routes. I'm totally fine if we don't, but it would be interesting to see, like, a battle and, like, psychic v psychic.
I could definitely see Mob meeting one of the less cheap exorcists in this area.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely
That'd be
see
funny,
meeting
yeah.
some other psychics or exorcists that are actually maybe even real,
Yeah.
unlike Reagan,
Somebody's
the
like,
master.
you have potential. You should come work for me. And Reagan's like, what? No, I'm the best psychic, you know? I don't know. I'm excited to see more, see where the story goes. It's a good episode.
I am definitely probably most excited to see if the Body Improvement Club means anything, or if that's just going to be like a bit
yeah.
for this episode and it's
Good
never
question.
like talked about again.
That'll kind of give us, like, a decent look at how the rest of the series is going to play out,
Well,
I feel
what
like.
type of show is this? Is this more like a kind of like you kind of skip around and it's like everything
Contained
resets?
stories. Yeah. Or if it's like an overarching kind of, yeah. All right. You good? Mm-hmm. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.